have something. Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. My name's Mike Amos. His name is Bill Rice Jr. As we start a Friday, thank goodness it's Friday. Brought to you by Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks, where they've got a sale going on that you just have got to go out there to appreciate it.
They still got their $1 down sale?
Yeah, they've got it, but they've got several other big sales going on. It's one of the biggest sales events in their recent history of being in Troy, Alabama. So Jason and all of them are ready to go.
That you own is the smoothest driving, most comfortable truck I've ever driven.
Well, I appreciate that.
And I was your chauffeur when we went to Tuscaloosa, and it was just a pleasure to drive that baby.
Well, it's got a lot of dings in it, and what I mean by dings is if you get too close, you're gonna hear from them, boy.
Well, that will save your life. Like if you don't check your blind spot, and you start to pull over in traffic, it'll go ding, 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 ding. If you're getting ready to hit somebody.
Well, I wore my Duke blue, or would you call it Carolina blue this morning?
North Carolina.
As the college tournaments start today, and boy, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these March Madness come in here, and of course we don't have an actual score, but we've been led to believe the Enterprise Wildcats have won in their bracket. In 7A, and
yeah, they won. I read a story. I can't remember the score. I think they won fairly comfortably.
Yeah.
And that is this is going to be the second year, back-to-back years, that the Enterprise Wildcats make the 7A finals. They almost won it last year. I thought they'd gone to the Final Four, but story I read said they got it to the final game last year.
Yeah.
So that's something, Mike. Back-to-back years.
I'm gonna tell you right now that the young coach at Enterprise, he's one of the hot commodities out there. I'm saying maybe for some college jobs.
I think so too. I think he's like
he's a mature young man. I know that, and he really has won big every time he goes out.
Well, you know, you're seeing more and more coaches successfully go from high school to college. It can be in football, it can be in basketball, it can be in baseball. It used to be they didn't hire from the high school ranks, but look at the coach at Sanford that's done so well.
Oh, yeah.
He was what? A high school basketball coach.
Exactly right.
And all he does when he goes to college is turn their program around, and they've won 20 games this year.
And
but I bet the Enterprise coaches in that category. I think Coach Ponder is Pike
in
Road
baseball,
follow that path.
Exactly. Now they played Charles Henderson, and Pike Road played this past weekend, and I didn't get a score on that, but I know this, that Pike Road has got another outstanding team. So does Charles Henderson. We were talking yesterday. Well-coached Charles Henderson with Mark Smart, the former Troy University head baseball coach, is the assistant coach, along with a young man named Brian Meadows, a former major leaguers. So they're well-coached, let's say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking to Enterprise coaches, Brett Harrelson, and Brett, I watched him grow up as a quarterback and guard on the basketball team, quarterback on the football team. And quite an athlete from Enterprise, and my buddy Richard Dowling tells me that if you don't watch out, he's going to be coaching college basketball before you know it. Because you know, if you can coach the game and recruit the players, hey, you're going to be there for a while, don't you think?
Well, now they can go from head high school coach to head college coach. I think some people used to make the transition from head high school coach to assistant basketball coach, like Sonny Smith told us that he was a high school coach, and he finally got an assistant job in college. Nate Oates at Alabama, he was a longtime high school coach in the Detroit area and a math teacher, and then somewhere along the ways he got a college assistant job.
Of course, big weekend for Troy. Now their girls played last night. I need to get a score on that. Troy University's girls basketball off to the winners of the last 19 straight, and they played last night.
Oh, did they play last night, or they probably had a bye?
No, I think they. Wait a minute. Excuse me. They play today. I apologize. I'll tell you this. Troy had to have something big to happen. Guess what?
What?
Little Rock, Arkansas beat South Alabama last night.
Get out of town.
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
South Alabama playing without their main star shooter fell to Little Rock last night, and now you're going to see Troy playing Little Rock tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Well,
so what a break for Troy not to have to play.
But maybe Little Rock is hot.
South Alabama.
Have we?
Yeah, Little Rock also knocked off Troy 2 weekend
That was
ago.
that heartbreaking loss we had.
Yeah.
That cost us being second in the league and cost us getting 20 wins. Right. So we owe those guys.
So Troy has got a real opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, and this is when you can get beat too. But they ought to see that or have a grudge against Little Rock because Little Rock knocked them out of that that you were talking about.
Wasn't that the game where they were honoring the 258
That's
team?
right.
Had a good crowd and a lot of interest, and then they get beat by a team that was like next to last in the league. Shocking. It's like Alabama getting blown out by Texas A&M on its own floor. I
want to mention Alabama Real Estate Connection. There every weekend there are people looking for houses to live in great commercial areas, and Troy's got plenty of it, but not a whole lot of houses left. Troy is really moving, and this is a good time to call your realtor, which is my realtor is Carol Amos. Call her at 672-0100 for all your real estate needs. And of course,
I bet she waives her commission when she works for you.
Well, I know this. She is a professional at her trade, and I don't know if you'll find a better and more professional realtor in town.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Forrest Lee.
It's always Michael that calls it 708.
Forrest Lee, I'm tickled that you called because you can probably give me that score of that Enterprise game. Is that right?
They won. They advanced to the finals.
All right, great. Do you know who they're going to be playing?
I do not know.
Enterprise has made it to the finals. You're right.
They have. Yeah, they played real good. I was going to call you today. At the Troy Sportsplex, the Alabama Archery of the Schools program, the rec department, the rec center is hosting, or through Banks Middle School is hosting the area archery championship.
Wonderful.
There'll be about 200 archers competing, somewhere in there between 150 and 200.
And that's awfully good for Troy. You bring in that big event, they're going to spend money, and every one of them are going to have to eat, aren't they?
Right. Now, Dr. I think the first name's Kim. Dr. Head out of Banks, they run the tournament now, and through the Alabama Game and Fish Division, they'll have some people there. But this morning you'll have archers shooting at 9. You have a 10 o'clock flight, 11 o'clock flight, a 1 o'clock flight, a 2 o'clock flight, and a 3 o'clock flight. And the award ceremony should start somewhere around 4:15.
Now this will be private. This will be private schools, won't it?
No.
Oh, this is everybody. Okay.
Do you got have you got your archer program up and going at Pike LeBlanc?
Oh, yes. See, the way it's ran by the Alabama Department of Wildlife and Freshwater Fisheries, there is no restrictions on who can participate. You just got to offer archery in your school program from 8 to 3. Everybody uses the same bows, and today in this tournament you got Beauregard High School, you got Charles Simpson High School, you got Houston Academy, You got Highlands Elementary, Troy Elementary. You got Pike Liberal Arts has an elementary team. Banks has an elementary team. Charles Henson Middle School, Highland Middle School, Banks Middle School. So there's about 9 or 10 different schools represented with about probably 12, 14 teams.
Now tell me once again, what time does all of it start?
You got a flight at 9 o'clock.
Is this today or tomorrow?
Yesterday morning they had 2 flights, and the first Archie that walked in the door is none other than Loxley Langford, and she did not bring me any breakfast from That's Bo and Natalie's daughter.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly.
Are you one of the organizers and commissioners that's helping run this tournament?
Well, I will help them. You know, we've got a team here at Pike Liberal Arts. We got 39 archers.
Oh boy.
We got 29 4th and 5th graders. We have 9 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and we got one sophomore. You know, and next year I expect to have 2 teams, possibly 3, because the snowball has started, and it will get bigger as you go down the hill.
Yeah, that's a great sport.
But I'm real excited. You know, now that COVID has kind of halted things for the last couple of years, but archery is back up and running in Alabama, and we hope to have a good showing that we can get a bid to the state championships that will be in April, the first Thursday and Friday in April, and that will be at the Cranston Bow Sports Place there, you know, the multiplex there.
I'll tell you this, and I've been around you a long time. If there is a father of archery in this state of Alabama, I think it's Forrest Lee.
He's got a passion for
Forrest, you were involved in some of the first team participants in this sport. Is that right?
Well, there's a fellow by the name of Roy Richardson who's been the kingpin of archery in Alabama. But the thing about Alma Bryant, he's been at Alma Bryant in Mobile.
That's way south.
But what he has done, anyway, to answer your question, back in 2003, Alabama picked 16 schools to be a pilot school. And by virtue of being Hunter Ed certified, they knew my name, and we got an invitation. So I was selected for Charles Henderson Middle School in 2003, and we were one of the first 16 schools in Alabama to have this National Archery in Schools program, where they wanted to develop archery in our youth to kind of be on the more competitive level on the world stage and in the national stage. So Kentucky was the first state, Alabama was the second. Now we have a plethora of schools in Alabama who have it in their physical education program and their after-school program.
Well, we got this great facility too that can host these events. That's good.
You know,
Dan Smith and the Rec Center. You know, they have they've got 20 targets set up this morning, and there's a 3D tournament where you get to shoot at animals as well. You know, like a
oh yeah. I saw them in there the other day. Yeah.
Well, in 2019, we had our archery park dedicated at the Pike County Lake.
Yes, I remember that.
You can take your children out there, and
why couldn't Pike County Lake host this event, or could they?
Well, it's outdoors. You need an indoor facility.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The first state championship, I will say this: the first state championship was outdoors near Prattville, Alabama. There were 212 participants in the first state championship. And Charles Henderson Middle School, we carried 52.
I remember that.
Of the 212. And Tim Porter, if you remember Tim Porter, he was a young fella.
That's right, in the wheelchair. Yeah.
And he has since passed away and gone to heaven. But Tim competed for Charles Henderson Middle School at that time.
That's right.
And we had one award winner in the individual competition. That was Bradley Beauregard. I think finished third.
Well, Forrest, this is a wonderful event, and the thing about it, it involves so many people. Now, is this from what grade on to being a senior?
Yes, Mike, they have 3 different divisions. You got a 4th and 5th grade division. You got a middle school division, which is 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and of course a high school division, which is 9 through 12. And the unique thing about it is girls, boys, all sizes, abilities have an opportunity to participate in something.
That's what I like.
One, as an individual, and like of the 29 4th and 5th graders that we have shooting, well, our team score is the first of the top 12 shooters, but 4 has to be of the opposite gender. But
all right, well, we're going to go, we're bringing in Mike Amos from Grayton Beach early this morning. Good morning, you all today in L.A. How you doing?
Morning.
Hey, we got Forrest on the line. He's telling us about a big archery tournament we're having and hosted in Troy that he's involved in.
You know, the positive thing about it, like something you were talking about, Forrest, you don't, you might be really surprised at who are real good archers. You know, I know you see it every day where you've got a boy or a girl does not excel in any other sport, but then gets that bow and arrow out and shoots lights out.
Yeah.
And she's a star in the archery sport. What do you think?
That's true. You know, and believe it or not, the ones who have never picked up a bow or say a shotgun, or those are the most coachable kids because they haven't been taught. I mean, they don't have a preconception or been taught one certain way.
Yeah.
It's the ones who've never really picked one up can be real good. Throughout the years, the girls are just as good as boys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it's a lot to do with what mom and daddy do with them at home.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I tell you what, you have sure kept
Well, let us know
archery
on
alive.
Monday, especially of any local kids placing in the top 3 or anything like that.
yeah, we're looking forward to it. I've tried to reach out to the Detroit Messenger. Hope they can come. And but hey, anybody can come today. It's a $2 admission, and
That's
it's
great.
a fundraiser for Banks Middle School and their program. They would host the tournament, but you can come watch. It's a $2 event, and you can come take pictures and get to see what it's all about.
I think it's great, and you know, it's a sport that everybody doesn't play, but at the same time, you've got
Everybody
a lot of
can do it.
About total participants, do you think? What do you say? 200? How many people?
There should be between, I think, Mike, between 150 and 200.
Yeah.
Yes. So they had some people to shoot yesterday. Banks brought 61 or 2.
Oh boy, isn't that something? That is something.
There was let's see, Charles Simpson High School probably had about 20 yesterday, and today will be the biggest day because Friday, you know, is usually typically the biggest days.
Well, they'll even have concessions, I would think. Is that right?
Yeah, they're gonna have Chick-fil-A sandwiches, pizza,
Oh boy,
Coke,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff,
And tell us what time again that it starts today.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9. Yeah, we got 9, 10, 11 o'clock flights this morning, and 1, 2, and 3 this afternoon. The award ceremony should take place about 4:15.
So
how far is the target away from you when you release the arrow?
Okay, you shoot 15 arrows from 10 meters, which is about 32 and a half feet. Then you'll shoot 15 arrows at 15 meters, which is about 49 feet 3 inches.
Ooh.
Total 30 arrows per score. Highest possible point is a 300.
Yeah. You know, as far as something that we've talked about, you know, and that string on that bow is pretty tight. You got to be fairly strong to pull that thing back, don't you?
Well, there's a way to loosen it for kids. You know, you can have somebody like 6'2", 200 pounds can pull it back, or you can loosen it for someone who's in the 4th grade that's 4'10", weighs 90 pounds.
Yeah, that's very so that levels the competition, doesn't it?
Right, and they all shoot the same specification of a bow. They're designed the exact same way. Arrows are the exact same way. You shoot the same distance. I've never had anybody tear an ACL or throw the shoulder out.
Yeah.
You know,
You know something, Forrest, that you know, of course, you
And nobody gets in front of the arrow. It's safe.
yeah, please don't. Now
It's run like a military range.
Yeah.
Hey, my next young lady that walked in is Jimmy Copeland's granddaughter.
Oh boy.
Jimmy and Martha. Addison Copeland. She's got a twin, Ryan. They're twin. They're in the 5th grade, and so Addison just walked in. So I've got 2 here so far.
Yeah, that tickled me, and our great friend Jimmy Copeland. I know he supported it quite a bit, didn't he?
Yes, sir. Hey, and guess what, Mike? Olivia Gregory, one of Jason's.
Yeah, okay.
Jason's daughter, she's on the team. Nathan Jeffcoat, his grandmother, Miss Francis, taught me algebra. So it's like the world keeps turning.
And this
Of course, I bet you went out to Pike Liberal Arts after being in Troy City Schools so long, but you probably know every family out there pretty much, don't you?
Well, I know a lot. You know, J.D. Bone, he's a 4th grader. His grandmother is Becky Bone.
Yeah.
I taught with Miss Becky at Charleston Middle School, so it's like, hey, you know,
He knows everybody because everybody that grew up in Charles Henderson goes to Pike Liberal Arts. Kids go.
Well, I was kind of making that implication there, yeah.
Because there's going to be you know, when you have that many participants, you're doing the right thing. You're giving a lot of these kids the only, you know, competitive event that they'll ever be in, you know.
Well, I'm impressed that anybody. I love the movies Robin Hood, and there's been a lot of movies where you see people that can shoot that arrow. Yeah. It's impressive. And then I watch it in the Olympics. You know, these people that can shoot it.
All right.
It can be a lifetime sport like golf or bowling or something.
Then, all right. Let's review what we've talked about. Of course, it's going to start. The archery event's going to start at 9 o'clock from the Sportsplex, and there's going to be as many as 200 archers from all over this part of the state of Alabama, and now you have winners in each age bracket, but then do you have a?
What they'll do is they'll name the top individual in each group, male and female, and then they'll list the 1st, 2nd, 3rd place team of each division, and your top 12 archers in each division will receive a medallion or an award for being in the top 12 of their particular team.
Do you have an overall champion, or can you do that?
Yeah, well, you won't have an overall champion team, but you'll have the overall elementary team, overall middle school team, overall high school team.
Did you get all your kids a T-shirt saying who they play?
We got a nice T-shirt.
That's great.
It says Pike Liberal Arts Archery on the front, and on the back it's got an emblem of an archer in navy blue shooting a bow, a red arrow with a red bow. It says, Pike Liberal Arts, Alabama. Shoot them straight.
That's good. So Pike Liberal Arts has yeah. Now will Pike Liberal Arts be participating as a team?
Yes, sir. In the 4th and 5th grade division, I don't have enough team members. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, they'll compete as individuals. Yeah. And my high school archer will shoot as an individual.
But there is a chance that Pike Liberal Arts might win another state championship in this one.
Well, this is a regional.
I got you. Okay, this is a regional. All right.
Forrest is about winning championships in Pike Liberal Arts. No pressure.
Yeah, I tell you what.
If Forrest Lee's involved, this will be one of the best programs in Alabama.
That's what I was fixing to say. If Forrest Lee's got anything to do with it, it's going to be a great event. I guarantee you.
Well, I think some of the things we do at practice. We shoot at balloons. We shoot at pie plates. We shoot at apples.
Yeah, I would think that'd be fun to do that. Yeah.
You shoot at apples.
Their favorite thing is we all get back from sitting, taking things down and coming back to the classroom. I have a sun drop giveaway and a Coca-Cola giveaway. And I said, Coach, you going to get my son drop away today? Hey, well, listen, I got to get ready to load the bus, and just want to let y'all know about the tournament. And,
well, thank you so much for doing that, and like you said, you can come out early, and then I'm sure to be something to drink or eat also while you watch.
Well, it's another great event to have at the Sportsplex.
I think you might see me, as far as I might pull up out there and see watch a little of it.
All right, well, come on, and I'll try to come on Monday morning and give you the results.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this. I'll look forward to that. You coming on, we love that. And while we're here, let's talk about your show. You've got a show on Monday night that everybody's talking about.
That's right. I had 3 of my archers on there a couple of weeks ago. Ryan and Addison Copeland and Nathan Jeffcoat.
Okay.
About archery, they did like a little demo of the bow and arrow. They didn't get to shoot because you can't really, but today you can. It'd be nice if we had a camera at the toy table there.
Well, you never can tell.
Well,
Troy
you got
Cable
no in the pocket. You can have. If they got somebody
very well
available,
be there.
Yeah, that'd be great to people to watch it.
Yeah. Well, I got another young'un just walked in, old Jack Harvin. He's a 4th grader.
And wish him a lot of luck. And the great thing about this, you might have a guy that has never excelled in any sport to just come out and be a champion in archery.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what I like.
Listen, I got to get them ready.
And you know the other thing that Scotty said, Scotty Sowers used to tell me.
He's got to go.
I know, but what Scotty Sowers used to tell me is let them play ball.
Right.
We appreciate it, my friend.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all later. Thank you.
Okay. See you Monday.
See you, Forrest.
Well, looks like Governor Kay Ivey is putting Troy, Alabama on the map and all over the world. We want the last thing Putin ever reads to be made in Alabama, Ivey on the Troy-built missiles.
Oh, no.
So apparently the Javelin missiles that are being made at Lockheed Martin are being used in the Ukraine.
Oh,
and
boy.
there's pictures of these missiles with the Ukrainian soldiers. It says a tweet from Ivey highlighted the role that the Javelin missiles, which are assembled in Troy, Alabama, are playing in defending Ukraine against the ongoing Russian invasion.
Well, we didn't need that kind of publicity, I'll tell you.
Yeah, don't tell.
The Ukrainian soldiers showing the javelins, and he said, and on Twitter he says, "I'm afraid we should expect to see hundreds of Russian tanks burning, ladies and gentlemen."
Oh boy!
The javelin missiles coming from Troy, Alabama, of all places.
Yeah, and I could see them saying, "Oh boy, we were a little bit off about 8 or 9 miles, and it just flew over Crow Hill, Alabama. It's going to land."
We want the last thing Putin ever reads to be made in Alabama.
Isn't that unreal?
Really coming after Governor Ivey's really coming after Putin.
Well, you know, the javelins, they've been making it for years here in Troy, and it's a lethal weapon, man. It allows one soldier to take out a $20 million tank, and then they also make the what is it? Not the missile, the Hellfire missile.
Yeah, the Hellfire. Yeah.
So 2 of the most lethal and effective weapons in the world used by the American military are made right here in Troy, Alabama.
You know, yeah, exactly. And people are coming out wanting his head.
I tell you what, with that comment there, that put Troy, Alabama on the world map.
Oh boy!
I imagine security has gotten a little bit stronger out there today.
You know, I asked Dennis, what was Dennis's last name? Smith, I think, that was the first plant director at Lockheed Martin.
Right.
Superman, just a class, super nice guy. He got that plant going. He spoke at a Rotary Club, and I said, Dennis, is Lockheed Martin, I think back then it was Martin Marietta, or would that be a target of bad guys if we got in the war? And he said, yes, no doubt about it.
You know, you ride by there in Orion, Alabama, and of course they could overrun and hit my buddy rolling while he's having a barbecue out there.
At one time, they made the Patriot missile. You know, they don't make all of it. They assemble part of it. But the Patriot missile,
That's right.
they've had the THAAD
and that
missile.
was a defensive.
The Patriot missile shoots down other missiles. But it's amazing that what goes on at Lockheed Martin.
And you see
I
one
tell you,
little
it's amazing what goes on at Sikorsky, where they repair helicopters.
Yeah.
Rex Lumber Company, where they make lumber. I showed Mike that the other day, and it's just when you see it, if you haven't seen it yet, your jaw's going to drop at how big it is.
That you see from the highway is just
the gun company. What's the gun company? Kemper.
Yeah,
Kimber with a B.
Yeah, Kimber.
They moved from upstate New York.
And,
well, not upstate New York. I think it's about 30 or 40 miles outside of New York City.
And they hire a bunch of folks. I tell you, I rode by there the other day, and their parking lot was overflowing with people working there.
You know, the people that I know that know anything about guns, I don't know a lot about guns, but they say the Kimber weapon is really, really high end, and the SWAT teams and the precision shooters really like Kimber products.
Yeah. Well, we're awfully proud of it.
How about the Enterprise Wildcats? Y'all talk about that big win?
Yeah, tell me about it, Mike. I know Enterprise won.
You beat a big power 7A school out of Birmingham, Spain Park, by 13. I mean,
Isn't that something? Yes, sir. Can you give us any individuals' names for Enterprise?
Yeah, I mean, I read about it yesterday. Enterprise runs away from Spain Park, returns to the title game.
See, returns. We should have been pointing that out all year that Enterprise almost won the state championship last year.
Did they go to the Final Four last year?
Enterprise boys basketball team will get another shot at its first state championship. The fifth-ranked Wildcats scored 16 of the first 19 points on Thursday morning, never trailing Spain Park, winning 73-58.
That's great.
It's special.
73-58.
Enterprise coach Rhett Harrelson said this doesn't come around every single year. We're very fortunate. We have really good players who are really good kids who listen and buy into what we're doing. It's special to be here and put ourselves in position to be a state championship game.
Well, we fell
short last year. We remember that. We want to come back stronger and finish. So Enterprise was led by Kenneth Mitchell Jr. Scored 16 points.
You know, I think that might be the Mitchell automobile dealership. You know, he was a big player at Jacksonville State years ago.
Yeah, could be.
But,
look at your pictures.
It looks like Enterprise led throughout. The star of the game was Elijah Terry for Enterprise. Had 19 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals.
Oh boy!
So they were led by Terry Mitchell, a guy named Keon Dunlap, and Tamar Hobby. All led Enterprise. So.
Well, go Wildcats, go Wild!
That'd be pretty huge for a 7A school out of Enterprise to win it all in the state of Alabama.
And especially a football power like Enterprise. And we talked about Harrelson, Mike, and you can probably add to this. I think his next job will be a college job, don't you think? I think he has got a real future.
Just what he wants to try to do, you know. Does he want to stay in high school, or does he want to, you know, get into college?
Hey, I would think he'd be all for getting into college. I think he's a basketball man with.
God bless the people that stay in high school, because it's such an important job, because you can have such an influence on so many kids. But you know, if you want to make a lot of money, you got to go to college.
Yeah, even at the Troy level, you know.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're an assistant coach at college, you're going to make $200,000.
And I tell you what,
it's interesting though. You know, I mean, he could coach in college. I guess in his hometown. I guess he could be the head coach of Enterprise Junior College if he wanted to get it in college.
Yeah. You know, I was looking at all this information that Steve gave us on this about these playoff games, and now let's see. I've got Enterprise.
So they will play the winner of Baker versus James Clemens.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there it is right there, exactly. We don't know who won that game, but Baker out of Mobile is supposed to be loaded with a great team.
They're 31-3 going into
31-3.
yesterday's game, so they should have been favored.
Yeah. So that championship was played. It's going to be played today, isn't that right? No.
No, that's probably Saturday.
Yeah, well, Saturday.
It'll be played Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday, the 7A Boys Championship starts at 5:45, and the Enterprise Wildcats.
James Clemens upset Baker.
All right,
Baker was
Clemens.
the number 1 seed, and James Clemens beat the number 1 seed by 14.
Well, you know, they're out of Huntsville. Where is Huntsville located, Mike? North Alabama.
About as north as you can get, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. And now tell me this, it's real important. How did Houston Academy come out?
I'll have to look and see. James Clemens, though, won 80-66. They're coached by a former Auburn player named Frankie Sullivan.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Their coach.
Huh.
Yeah, tough way for Baker to lose. They did win over 30 games this year.
Oh, man.
The team that's won the most games in Alabama, from Steve's material he gave us, is the Vestavia Hills girls.
Yeah.
Who Jill Gaylord plays for them.
And
they beat Auburn High School by 20 points yesterday. And I was looking at pictures on AL.com. They had 46 pictures from the game. So I saw plenty of Jill playing. But you can see pictures of the crowd.
Yeah.
And they had a tremendous crowd at the Vestavia Hills. Well, of course, it's in their hometown.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
And I'm sure they let everybody out of school, but it looked like they were playing. That girls' basketball game was probably being played in front of 3,000, 4,000 people.
There's probably no two schools out there. Houston, I mean, not Houston Academy,
Vestavia Hills and Auburn?
Vestavia Hills, and at the same time, you've got the great program just
Hoover,
east,
Mountain Brook,
Mountain
Spain
Brook.
Park. They're all good.
You know, Mountain Brook, yeah, you're right. They're all good, but year in and year out, it's Vestavia and Mountain Brook who have some of the finest teams in the state.
You know what they have is they have parents that care and are involved. And, there's huge interest in it, and that helps.
Well, of course, we're
Plainview beat Houston Academy 59 to 44.
Yeah, I need Plainview out of North Alabama again, way up there in Sand Mountain. They always have great teams.
So I think our only team from our area left is Enterprise.
That's right, and the Wildcats.
That's right.
And I bet you Enterprise has never won a state championship in basketball. I'm just going to guess. That's a guess.
I want to say maybe St. James Girls won.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Well,
I don't know if we're on up there though.
Parts of Montgomery, we are. With Troy Cable's C Spire is now on in parts of Montgomery.
yeah, and of course, it's going to be some fun watching these kids play for the championship from Enterprise. And I just know a lot of guys that have played in that program over the years. I know they're excited about it. I guarantee you, there's a lot of people heading up there for that game right
Saturday.
Tomorrow. There's going to be a traffic jam from Enterprise.
Oh man, you can make a day out of it. You can eat at a good restaurant.
Yeah.
And,
heading to Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, go downtown Birmingham. Michael, you know it. I mean, there's tons to do down there, isn't there?
And I tell you.
Yeah, I mean, there's the old South Side area, Lakeview area, downtown Birmingham's the uptown area where the BJCC and the new football stadium, the Top Golf is. I mean, Birmingham's all kinds of different areas. Avondale's a real popular place for people to go. So.
Well, yeah, and then
yeah, right. Like there's little communities like Mountain Brook, Vestavia Hills, Hoover is a big area. Homewood is a quaint little area I like.
I was just naming places in downtown.
Oh yeah, and once you get downtown and get in a good parking place, that'll be around the hotel there and so forth. Then there's the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame located, and it'll be open. It'll be open. that'll be open, and it's got a lot to say about Troy University and the 258 wins. They've got a whole section in there talking about that.
Wow. What they need to do is
we got to find a way to get Coach Maestri in the Hall of Fame.
They need to get the coach.
Yeah, but it's hard for me to believe that he hasn't made it yet. But
we talked about it the other day. All the Jack State coaches and UNA coaches, all those guys are in there. Graham Southern coach.
I know it. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, Maestri definitely deserves to be in.
Well, it takes a bunch of people making
right. You gotta
sending in their thoughts
letters
on
and
that.
memos and phone calls. Yep, you got to organize it.
And
well, he needs to be in there, and then there's a couple of people that need to be in the Troy Sports Hall of Fame, the Troy University Sports Hall of Fame that aren't in there.
yeah, there's a lot of them left. There sure is. We're gonna take a short break. We'll be back to more of Today in LA right after this.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Oh, friends, you don't want to miss this. The $79 Eliminator sale this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. And yes, you can get a car for $79. Done deal. Or $79 down or $79 a month. Get there and pre-register at 8 a.m. At 9:45, we open the gates. Find the vehicle you're in love with, and you'll have first chance when the Eliminator comes around at 10 a.m. sharp. Slashing prices. Don't worry about the weather. Just be there. Call right now for details. 334-403-4646. It's this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. Don't miss it.
Shipping Wars is back and bigger than ever.
More work, more money.
These shippers have a long road ahead. Who will come out on top?
If we can get it there on time, we'll make some good money.
Shipping Wars. New episodes Tuesdays at 10. Only on A&E.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Montgomery, get ready for WWE Saturday Night's main event. The women of Raw take center stage as big-time Bex, the EST, and the Nightmare collide for the Raw Women's Championship. Plus,
I am a revolutionary. I am a visionary.
Seth freaking Rollins. It's WWE Saturday Night's main event, April 23rd. Tickets and Superstar Experience packages on sale now.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Exactly right.
All right, we're back on the air.
Back on our show, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, my good friend Jason Gregory, he'll be out at I guarantee he'll be out at the archery tournament today, located at the Sportsplex, and I'm gonna run out there and see if I can see him around 9 o'clock this morning. Of course, the show's brought to you by our good friends at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram Trucks, where they're having one of the top sales weekends in their history right here in Troy, Alabama on the bypass. So looking for a wonderful car, truck, they've got them all.
This is shocking news. Alabama's A-Day game will be on April 16th at Bryant-Denny Stadium at 2 p.m., but the scrimmage will be live on the SEC network. Wow.
Oh, man, yeah.
ESPN?
Yeah. Who would be the quarterbacks in that game? They're probably, some of them might want to sit out, you know.
Yep.
Alabama will also honor Ozark's own Wilbur Jackson and John Mitchell, two
Oh, boy.
players in Crimson Tide program history, along with the 2021 team captains on A-Day. So that's always a traditional thing where the captains go to Denny Chimes and
get their hand printed.
Put their hands in the C-nut.
Well, Mike and I went to the Bryant Museum when we went to the Alabama-Troy game, and they have a big display honoring Wilbur Jackson and John Mitchell. That is real interesting.
And of course, Wilbur Jackson, the great Wilbur Jackson, wore number 80 as a running back at the University of Alabama.
He's a good friend of Will
and
Matthews.
Yeah, I saw Will's doing better. He's gonna make a full recovery from COVID.
Well, I sure do hope so, and we appreciate Will being on our show at numerous times.
Alabama also, big news, homecoming will be played October 22nd against Mississippi State. The Crimson Tide has won 20 straight homecoming games.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Wilbur, going back to Wilbur Jackson, he was recruited by Pat Dye. It's one of the ways that Pat Dye helped the Alabama football program. From Ozark, Alabama.
And I tell you what, Ozark folks I'm sure will go up there in droves to see their favorite son, Wilbur, honored at the University of Alabama spring game. Wilbur Jackson is the epitome of what a outstanding, great player is all about.
Well, think about that. He's a great citizen, businessman, had a good NFL career. Probably could have won the Heisman Trophy if they gave him the ball 20 times a game back then.
Yeah, and my buddy's out there watching this morning, they're shaving. What does he mean, darling? What does he mean by epitome? You want to look it up in the dictionary, epitome?
Well, look at the players that integrated Alabama sports. Wendell Hudson on the basketball team was the first. But he's a class all-around great
class guy.
So
great coach. He was a good coach.
He coached the women's team, and he was...
and he coached at North Alabama. He had a lot
and then they had
there.
Wilbur Jackson. You don't need to say anything more about that. And then they had John Mitchell, who has been a assistant coach in the NFL, I think...
a long time.
For the Pittsburgh Steelers, for almost always. And he is a first-class guy. So the first, they hit a home run with the first blacks they recruited to come to Alabama.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, we're going to have basketball starting again tomorrow. Of course, the women will play today in Pensacola, but a lot of upsets yesterday in the men's tournament. Lafayette, the 8th seed, held on to beat Texas Arlington, a very good Texas Arlington team, 67-64. Of course, the upset of the day, I guess you already mentioned, South Alabama shockingly plays about their all-conference guard. Apparently, he broke a finger. J.J. Chandler, the Texas A&M transfer, doesn't play. Little Rock makes 14 three-pointers.
Oh, boy, look out, Troy.
A team that had only won 8 games. Of course, one of those games was against Troy at home. Little Rock upset South Alabama 75-71. So Troy is in great position to not have to play South Alabama, who I feel like is the most athletic team maybe out there other than Texas State.
And, the great thing about it, like Rice said earlier, they embarrassed Troy at the 258 game that was brought so many people in there. And this is going to be a great replay of that game. And if Troy can't get ready for them, they're in trouble.
Yeah, Troy would have been ready for South Alabama, but Troy ought to really be focused in on this team.
Now, Mike, give us a little info.
Arkansas State beat La Monroe, so a 6th seed beat the lowest seed. La Monroe played them tough, though. Arkansas State won 81-77. Arkansas State's big guy scored 35 points.
And he is a great player.
He scored 30 against Troy. And then another big upset, in my opinion. Coastal Carolina have been playing really good down the stretch with Cliff Ellis. Georgia Southern, who I think only won 9 or 10 games. Georgia Southern beats Coastal Carolina. So tomorrow, the Sun Belt Tournament starts tomorrow. You can watch Louisiana Lafayette play number 1 seed Texas State at 11:30 in Pensacola. And then the Troy Trojans, the number 4 seed, will play the number 12 seed Little Rock tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So,
all right, now give me a little. All right, how many teams are left in the tournament?
I mean, the only teams left right now are Troy, App State, Texas State, and then let's see who else.
So they're in the Final Four, aren't they?
No, I think it's more than that.
No. You got Troy still got to win 3 games.
Okay.
I think there's 8 teams now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, one of them is that Arkansas State team. They got a great player on it. As you mentioned,
Well, y'all go and let's get Troy a good crowd. And we got to win 3 games. That's the bottom line. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's hard to win 3 games against good teams, but somebody's got to do it.
And it all starts at
winning the first game. Don't think about winning 3 games. You just win 1 game at a time.
Starts at 2:00 Saturday. Troy's first game. That's
later in the day, State will play, and then Georgia State. So the 4 top seeds are Georgia State, Troy, App State, and oh my goodness, drawing a blank, Texas State.
Okay, so and then of course if Troy does,
all those teams got a bye.
Yeah. All right. If Troy does win, where would they go? Who do they play?
Georgia State, I think.
I want
to play
Texas State.
Texas State. I'm sorry.
Is that who's the top seed? Texas State.
Yep.
Yeah, Troy plays Texas State.
And what day would that be? Sunday.
That'd be Sunday.
At what time do you have it?
Troy, I don't know the time yet. I have to look and see.
But it'd be good to lay it out so people would know when to go down there.
Go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Sun Belt Conference is doing a poor job on their website. I'm telling you, I can't find it.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this: we were going to have a party starting at 11:00 in the morning at McGuire's, the famous restaurant there in Pensacola. It's located fairly close to the arena where they're going to have the tournament. So McGuire's, you've heard of that?
Pensacola Arena.
Is that the big civic center where they have concerts? Is that where it's being played?
Yeah.
You know, Pink Floyd has played there. I think The Who has played there. They've had some really big concerts in that arena.
You know, I told y'all that Michael and y'all didn't believe me. But, 2 weekends ago, I went and to a concert.
No.
It was The Who, Mike.
The Guess Who?
It was the top band. The Who.
I read it was the Guess Who.
Well,
that's a big band too, though. The Guess Who were very big their own.
Really, I don't know the difference in a Guess Who and a Who.
That was after your time. You cared about music from the 50s and early.
Mike, get your stuff ready. That thing, I know Nick's shaving this morning, getting ready, and I would imagine if Nick wants a good weekend, he'll be heading to Pensacola for the big game. Tell us about the women,
Nick
Mike.
will probably be there.
How Troy's women doing?
They don't play until today. I'll have to find out what time.
So they don't start until today. And Troy women winners of 9 straight.
All the pressure is on Troy for sure.
So Troy is the top of the bracket.
Yep. Everybody's gunning for Troy though.
Yeah. But I tell you, they're well coached, and they love this kind of scoring, type game that they can score a lot. The teams that have a chance to beat them are the teams that can slow it down and keep it away from that fast break, and be able to move the ball up and down the court, at least to get it over the 10-second line.
I hope Troy is recruiting this Hobby girl from Charles Simpson hard. I'm sure they are.
But she's just a junior, I think.
I know, but next year she could all just move across the road and go to this great Troy University women's program.
She got, how many she get, 29, you said? How much?
About 25. She scored a lot of points in the loss in the state semifinal game.
So now baseball also tomorrow, starting tonight, we've got a game with Kennesaw State, an outstanding program out of Atlanta. People say Kennesaw State. But look at what they've done, and they even have a good football program. They have built their athletic program up, and that's who Troy.
It's located on Kennesaw Mountain.
Then, that's right there at Atlanta, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
What town is that in Atlanta? That Kennesaw.
Somebody told me that in the Atlanta metro area, which is about, I don't know, what, 9 counties, anywhere within about 30-mile radius of downtown Atlanta. The population in that little circle I'm talking about is bigger than the whole state of Alabama.
What is Atlanta's biggest well, let's see.
Well, I think the population of Atlanta is of Georgia is over 10 million.
Yeah.
And the metro area of Atlanta is probably 4 or 5 million, and the population of Alabama is 5 million.
Yeah. And,
all right, I've got the games, Palmley. Tomorrow at 11:30, you got Louisiana Lafayette against Texas State, the number 1 seed against number 8 seed. Troy caught a huge break. We'll play the number 12 seed Little Rock at 2 o'clock Central Time. These are all at the Pensacola Bay Center. Then number 6 Arkansas State will play number 3 Georgia State. Keep in mind, all these games are on Saturday, so all these teams that played yesterday have a day off, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. It seems like you would have to play every day. That would make it a difficult situation for you. But when you have a day off in between, it's really not that big of a deal.
Well, it's a good deal for the lower ranked teams, because it's tough to play. Those teams would have to win 4 games in a row. To win 4 games in a row with no rest in between is asking a lot.
Mike, slow it down.
And then later tomorrow night at 7:30, you got the number 10 seed Georgia Southern playing the number 2 App State. So tomorrow in Pensacola, you could watch 4 games starting at 11:30 and ending probably around 10 o'clock at night.
And Troy's the first game, isn't that right?
Troy's the second game. So then on Sunday, the winner of Game 5 and Game 6, which would be the winner of Texas State, Louisiana Lafayette, and Troy Little Rock would play. So Troy, unfortunately, would have to play probably Texas State at 5 o'clock on Sunday. And then the winner of the App State, Georgia State game would play later at 7:30. And then if Troy was to win against Texas State, the championship game would be at 6 p.m. on Monday night to go to the NCAA tournament.
Oh boy!
And if you didn't go, the game would be live on ESPN2 at 6 o'clock.
ESPN2 live. That's great, Mike. Now, you and
that would be amazing if Troy was able to win on Sunday, because you could get a lot of people down there for a 6 o'clock tip.
All right, now let's just say this. Let's look at this scenario. We should win the Arkansas Little Rock game.
I don't know. I say since they beat us.
I mean, they've won 9 games. So Troy, who's won 19 games, loses twice to a team that's won 9 games. Troy is not very good. So
well, I'll tell you about Troy.
You would think that Troy would be able to win that game. I would hope.
Troy plays great defense, and I think that's what it's going to take to win this game.
That makes another point. Tournament.
Excuse me.
They play great defense. They rebound well, and they rotate a lot of players.
They sure do.
They play at least 10 players a game, I would say.
So depth-wise, Troy looks good.
That helps in the tournament, don't you think? That you're fresher and fresher legs.
All right, who does Texas State play in the first round? Texas State.
I just said they play Lafayette.
Okay, the winner of that game, and Lafayette's always good. So either one of those 2 teams are good. But if Troy does happen to get by there, Troy could be playing the 3rd game of the tournament for the championship. They're really.
That'd be on Monday night. So Troy would have to win 3 straight.
Yeah.
Well, Troy's also has to beat teams.
Yeah.
Well, Troy beat Texas State one time, didn't they? This year.
It should be. Troy should.
Troy beat Texas State by 12 early in the season.
Then
lost to Little Rock. We all know that. Troy beat Arkansas State at home. They beat Georgia State at Georgia State. And then Appalachian State, Troy beat Appalachian State twice.
Yeah.
But then Texas State came back and beat Troy at Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is complete parity in this conference. You can't figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like.
But Texas State, I think, won 10 straight. They're playing a phenomenal basketball.
Yeah.
And they're so athletic. I just don't know if Troy can keep up with them.
Well, this is a team that had that great shooter. They didn't look like much until about the last 10 minutes of the game. They just shot lights out. But you know, it's time for Troy. I feel like this is a great opportunity. You know, they got to win tomorrow night. I mean, tomorrow afternoon. Then get ready on Sunday to play either Texas State or Lafayette. Then hey, you got a chance for a championship game, and anything can happen.
Anything can happen, right?
And it looks like
the big thing for Troy is getting to 20 wins. I feel like for Coach Cross, regardless if you win the tournament or not. I mean, 20 wins after what our basketball program's been through the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, they won 11 games last year. You turn around and win 20. I mean, and you got all your starters back.
Yeah.
Coming into next year, I mean, the sky's the limit for this program.
now it's also a chance if you don't make this tournament, the NCAA tournament, you might have a good chance of going catching up with the
NIT.
The NIT, you know, in New York.
No. Troy's not good enough to get in NIT. The strength of schedule's not
you don't think so?
100s. We talked about it. Yeah.
But I thought 20 games might be able to do it. You know,
be considered.
NIT has to take every conference champion. So anybody that wins the regular season championship in their league, the NIT has to take, and then the Blue Bloods get the rest of them.
well, what I'm saying, if we win the conference, we could win the conference, and but we get
If you win the conference championship, if you win the conference
automated bid,
championship, tournament.
yeah. Who do you think
there
it?
used to be about 4 or 5 other smaller tournaments even past the NIT, like the CBI and some of these other tournaments. I mean, I don't know if those even exist because of COVID.
Yeah. Again, this is everything looks within
It's
reach.
basketball tournament season. Baseball's getting going on. We got archery, which is bringing a lot of people to the Troy Sportsplex. Aren't we glad we have the Troy Sportsplex?
Oh yeah, district playoffs in archery. But back taking a look at this, let's look at the women's bracket, Mike. How
That's really where we have a chance to make some noise. Is the women.
How do you think we do, Mike?
Well, I mean, Troy's the #1 seed. Looks like they'll play today. My computer is very slow. They'll play in 3 hours and 27 minutes and 51 seconds against Coastal Carolina.
So they better be ready to play good ball, or they'll get knocked off. Who do they play?
But Troy at 22-7. I don't know where they stand as far as their strength of schedule. I know we talked about it. They played pretty well. Looks like Troy fans wishing to send off the Trojans and can do so, joining the Troy cheerleaders and the Sound of South Pep band at the team hotel, the Courtyard Marriott.
Courtyard.
In Pensacola. The send-off will be at 9:30 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, 9:30. So I know Faith Ward and some of my friends will be there waiting for you to get there, and I'm sure everybody's going to be sort of the cheerleaders and all the other people that represent Troy from the Courtyard Marriott.
Coastal Carolina beat number 8 seed Arkansas State yesterday, 91-76.
So that's an impressive win.
Coastal Carolina, and this is
more than 91 points.
Yeah, that's right. So they're going to be tough. Their girls scored 91 points. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, nothing's easy in these tournaments.
It's pretty amazing stat. The sports information department here listed. When you think of the best in college football, you think of Nick Saban. When you think of the best in the Sun Belt women's basketball, you think of Shanda Rigby.
Yeah.
Nick Saban is 42-5, which is 9-4 winning percentage in the last 47 games versus SEC teams. Shanda Rigby is 47-6 with a .886 in her last 53 games versus Sun Belt teams.
Oh boy, that is fabulous.
Good job.
47-6.
She is one great coach and a real motivator. She gets those girls ready to play. And you know,
she sure does.
And I watched her demeanor on the court, and she doesn't attack an official, but she just stands there and stares. And let me tell you something, that official knows quite well he might have made a mistake.
Yep.
But
so if Troy wins over Coastal, they'll play the winner of the App State Little Rock 11:30. So Troy wins, they play at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday. So they have a day in between as well.
Yeah, they got to buy. Yeah, they got to buy. But now Troy.
Well, no, I mean they played a day, but sit out.
Yeah.
Because the men's playing on Saturday, they sit out and don't play again until Sunday.
Yeah, that's right.
And then if Troy plays in the championship game, it will be on Monday, and that will be at 1 p.m. before the men's game.
So, but wouldn't that be something?
So there's an outside chance you could go to both.
That's right. Give us the times on that, the championship game, because like Mike just said, hey, we might be in both. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be great for our fan support to just swarm?
Wouldn't it be something
What
if it be something if both teams won and both teams went to the NCAA tournament in the same year?
Yeah, that would be even greater.
Could happen.
It's a great opportunity for Troy basketball, and of course they're, like we talked about yesterday, it's in their hands.
Well, the women are favored. We know the men can beat any team in this conference.
That's
but,
right.
Of course, we know that any team can probably beat us, but
I'll tell you something that scares me.
got a chance.
Something that scares me, Rice. 14 threes. Did you say that? That's how many Little Rock?
Somebody's got to throw some ice water on those boys.
Somebody's got to get in his lap. Now we got to have somebody in his lap when he shoots that three. But
can be at the game yelling at the team to motivate. So I'm sure that'll make a difference.
Yeah, this really is.
That's 52 points that came from 3-pointers.
You're talking about fun. This has got a chance to be real fun. It's got a chance to be real fun in college basketball, and for our team to be in the running. Wouldn't it tickle you to death to see Troy playing for the men's championship and the women's championship on Monday?
Yes.
And a lot of people say that DeSoto discovered Pensacola, and it's the earliest settlement in America.
About DeSoto.
They say Pensacola was really established like in 1500.
Yeah, I knew it was old. It was an old town. But over in Florida is where they touched ground, didn't they?
Well, I mean, Christopher Columbus, they claimed in 1492, but a lot of people think the Vikings and other people think that,
and Christopher Columbus did not set foot in America proper. He landed in the Bahamas or
Caribbean, yeah.
He never made it to America. He wasn't in
who
Miami
made it
Beach.
to Plymouth Rock? Who touched down at Plymouth Rock?
Yeah, those
John Smith.
That was supposed to be the first settlement, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I know that much history.
I do.
Or was it? It was.
I'll tell you what, though, for anybody out there listening, I mean, Pensacola is a major fun town to go to. I mean, their downtown area is tons of bars and restaurants, and you got the Blue Angels that fly over you during the day. I mean, it's a cool place.
Got a beach right there.
A great little place to vacation. Go down on Saturday, spend Saturday and Sunday. So
it could be a lot of fun for Trojan fans this weekend. And hey, I think they got a shot at maybe.
Oh, you got to think they got a shot now that South Alabama's out of it. You got to think Troy's going to get past that first game. I'd be shocked if Troy lost twice a little.
All right,
Troy has these scoring droughts and sometimes trouble scoring, but if they can just get one or two guys hot, the defense should be there. I'm confident they're super athletic. They play really hard. Man, they're tall. They rebound good.
We want to take this time.
They're capable. They just got to hit some shots.
I want to take this time to thank all of our sponsors, and you can see them on the screen over and over and over. And, of course, our good friend Jason Gregory at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram Trucks on the bypass. You're talking about a sale of all sales. They've got it this weekend at their facility located on Highway 231 North in Troy, Alabama. So you're looking for a great deal on a Ram truck or and all of the other great
deal on previously owned cars too.
Yes, sir. Great deal on previously owned cars, but Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks right here in Troy. And remember, we sent you. All right.
Also, big day for Troy softball. Not every day you play in the LSU Invitational. I'm sure that Leon Johnson out of Brantley will get the call as Troy plays a double header today in softball against LSU. They'll play at 4 o'clock at Tiger Park, and then they'll play at 6:30 tonight at Tiger Park. Doubleheader today, and then tomorrow they'll play in the tournament. They'll play Central Connecticut State at 1 p.m., and then they'll play another game later that day. So they'll play back doubleheaders. They'll play Louisiana Tech, and then they'll play Louisiana Tech on Sunday as well. So
5 games
scheduled to play 5 games. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down at the LSU Invitational, but already off to a great start, 11-2.
Two of them against LSU. 2 games against LSU today. That's big news.
But that's on the road though, isn't it? At LSU.
Yeah, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But man, I tell you what, this program is not scared to play anybody anywhere.
No question about it. Very good program, and.
They're being led by their assistant coaches, aren't they? The head coaches.
One of them's Mark Smart's daughter.
Yeah, and yes, sir, former Troy player and outstanding coach and recruiter. You know, Troy's built quite a reputation, and Troy's pitcher. Do you know this is something that I can't understand very well. You know, the kid from Brantley, the pitcher, Johnson, who's such a great pitcher. All right, she could pitch every game if she wanted to, couldn't she? Or if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how these softball pitchers can pitch 2 or 3 games.
You know, baseball pitcher, you won't see him pitch again for 4 days, or 4 games. And this one girl could.
The arm motion, like maybe you don't put as much stress on your arm. I don't know how that works.
That's it. That's exactly it. It's the difference between the overhand arm motion and the underhand is night and day.
I think Troy has some good depth at pitching, but let me say this: as long as Johnson is pitching, Troy's got a chance. You know.
Yeah, we talked about you got to have 2 great pitchers in college or high school baseball to win a championship. Well, in softball, you can almost do it with 1 great pitcher.
Well, she's idolized by all the folks in Brantley, Alabama, including Tucker Kilcrease, who's coming to Troy on football scholarship. Tucker Kilcrease led the Brantley Bulldogs to the Final Four in Birmingham, and
after missing most of the basketball season.
So then, of course, they got a baseball season he'll play in, and I wouldn't doubt if he didn't play in the golf tournaments too. But Tucker Kilcrease, his favorite athlete is the pitcher at Troy.
Really?
Yeah. What's her name, Mike Johnson?
Leanna Johnson.
Leanna Johnson.
Oh yeah, of course they would be good
friends. She is a good
Pretty
one.
amazing. Coach Smart now gets to watch his son Chase and help coach him at Charles Henderson. Now his daughter's the interim coach right now of the softball team. I guess he's getting to go do stuff he's probably hadn't been able to do in 30 years.
Let me say this. Mark Smart is a very, very decent person. if that can characterize him.
Yeah, he is.
And let me tell you something. He's a baseball man, and whether it's at high school or college or pro or whatever, he's a baseball man. A lot of people told me that Mark has all kinds of contacts that you might see him scouting baseball for one of the major league teams.
I would think
he's been around it a long time, and gosh, what a great guy. You know, and of course we're excited about our Troy softball team. We're excited about Charles Henderson baseball and softball. They're off to a good start. Pike Liberal Arts is off to a big start in baseball again.
I need to find out how they're doing.
And they played in Florida last week. I don't know. Billy can call in and give us some details on that. But
they had a couple players that were playing basketball that had to go straight from basketball to baseball.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And
Billy Herschel right now is leading the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Roy McElroy had the lead yesterday, so that's going on.
McElroy
on the combine yesterday. A guy from Baylor set almost the record for the 40. Taquan Fortin ran a 4.21 yesterday.
Boy, that is fast. That's 10K Pennington speed, Mike.
I wouldn't think it is that
that's
fast.
faster than 10K. 4.21.
I know it.
That's That's the fastest time ever clocked at the combine.
What did Bo run?
Unofficial fastest time ever, they claim, is Bo Jackson at 4.16.
See that? I thought Bo had that record, and isn't that something? Big Bo, he weighed about 230 pounds. And running a 4. Wouldn't you hate to tackle a guy that's running that fast?
He was just amazing.
I mean, SMU's Danny Gray, a wide receiver out of SMU, ran a 40 at 4.3 yesterday. Rutgers, Bo Melton, 4.3. North Dakota State's Christian Watson, 4.3. Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State, 4.3. And Chris Olave out of Ohio State had a 4.39. So a lot of guys running fast at the combine.
You know, Alabama's receiver would have been right with him if he hadn't hurt his knee and could have participated.
Oh yeah, he's world class.
Is it Williams or Williamson?
Williams, I think.
Jameson Williams.
Yeah, Jameson Williams would have ran 4.25 is what a lot of people say.
Yeah, so he's real fast. His eligibility.
Like, the quarterback from Cincinnati ran a 4.5. Man, Ritter.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I didn't realize he was that fast. He didn't run much against Alabama.
He's probably the fastest quarterback out there. Is that right?
That's pretty fast. 4.5. I mean, these guys are so.
We got cat in the hat week. I got to get this little girl of mine to school.
Well, Bud, we always appreciate you calling in from Grayton Beach.
Have a good weekend. Pull Troy through. Get double championships.
I'll see you down there later on. And
I'll be trying to drive this Dodge Ram truck tomorrow. I'm going to be nervous. I don't think I've ever driven it.
You'll be fine. You're going to enjoy it. It's cozy too. The seats are real comfortable too.
We're going to be right back in just a moment.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Oh, friends, you don't want to miss this. The $79 Eliminator sale this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. And yes, you can get a car for $79. Done deal. Or $79 down or $79 a month. Get there and pre-register at 8 a.m. At 9:45, we open the gates, find the vehicle you're in love with, and you'll have first chance when the Eliminator comes around at 10 a.m. sharp, slashing prices. Don't worry about the weather. Just be there. Call right now for details. 334-403-4646. It's this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. Don't miss it.
Shipping Wars is back and bigger than ever.
More work, more money.
These shippers have a long road ahead. Who will come out on top?
If we can get it there on time, we'll make some good money.
Shipping Wars. New episodes Tuesdays at 10. Only on A&E.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Montgomery, get ready for WWE Saturday Night's main event. The women of Raw take center stage as big-time Bex, the EST, and the Nightmare collide for the Raw Women's Championship. Plus,
I am a revolutionary. I am a visionary.
Seth freaking Rollins. It's WWE Saturday Night's main event, April 23rd. Tickets and Superstar Experience packages on sale now.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what
Want
you're
to
looking
mention our good friend?
Come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, where you too can experience
That's right,
the
exactly right.
satisfaction.
Enterprise plays at. Did we ever get a time on that game, the championship game?
Let's see.
I was thinking
Saturday's all on the Saturday. I think it's late in the afternoon on Saturday.
Yeah. But of course, I know there'll be a lot of.
But ladies and gentlemen, we got Will Matthews has joined us, and Will says he is past his COVID, and he had a mild case, and he's
already got a golf game set up today, Will. So they're ready to go. Of course, we were
only my second round of the year.
Gosh, that is shocking right there.
I have not been playing golf. This will be my second round since Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think your muscle memory, your body remembers how to swing a club. You'll be okay.
No,
Yeah.
I have no expectations.
Yeah. Did the ball explode off your club?
No, my ball just kind of dribbles off.
But at one time, you tall and lanky. At one time, you probably could hit as far as anybody, couldn't you?
I was the longest hitter in the SEC at one time.
Wow.
And that's with a persimmon wood too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The metal woods came in my senior year, and I resisted it. I didn't. I'd always played with persimmon wood, but there's so much difference in them. It's not even funny. You don't even see them anymore.
Yeah.
I know, you're right. I learned how to play golf with woods.
Will, some of your guys that you play golf with, at least their kids, were going to school at the private school in Dothan, and did you keep up with that? How they did in the tournament?
Hey, Will, I got a question for Will.
I think they got beat.
Houston Academy, we're talking about.
Hey, what do you know about our congressional race between Moore and Jeff Coleman is trying to get in the race? Are they going to let him run?
No, he's not in the race.
He's been running commercials, though.
Well, he can run all the commercials he wants to. He's not on the ballot.
So that's
and you're a member of the committee, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been on the state Republican committee for 20 years.
Yeah.
But he sued the state committee and he lost in court.
Okay, so that's resolved now.
It's over with. Yeah, he's not on the ballot.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that was I didn't know that he was thinking about that, and then he ran a hard race last time, and was the favorite and lost in the runoff, and then he pops back up at the last moment and he's running commercials again. And then I read that that he might have filed too late. And,
boy,
he missed the deadline.
Why? How does that happen, man? It seemed like they'd been very conscious of that. Of meeting the deadline. Would something come up that he just wanted to run at the last moment?
Must have.
Yeah, he probably changed his mind or whatever, but it was too late.
Of course. Now,
Well,
so your buddy from Enterprise will go unopposed. Is that right?
Yep.
He's been on our show
there
before.
May be a Democrat run, but that won't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Do you think
I saw him at a Troy football game this year.
70% of the vote.
Yeah.
Well, Enterprise, Will, I know you want to, that was your big rival growing up in every sport, in golf and in basketball, baseball, and football. Enterprise and Ozark, but and of course Enterprise 24-6 now plays James Clemens 21-9, and that's at 1:30 p.m. No, excuse me, 5:45. I'm having problems with this thing. All right, here we go.
You know who's upset about that Jeff Coleman's not filed too late, which I'm sure he did. That's what the court decided. Is the TV stations and the billboard companies? Because think of how much money they would have made if there's nothing the TV network likes more than the competitive political race.
Yeah. Before I get out of this situation, Class 7A Boys Championship between Enterprise and James Clemens is at 5:45 p.m. This
Saturday.
Yeah, if no changes are made, that's on Saturday. So
supper time.
A lot of excited people in Enterprise, Mike. I was telling, we were talking about earlier, you talk about this kid, the coach at Enterprise. I think he's got a real future. maybe possibly coaching in college one day. What do you think about that, Will?
Is he a young guy?
Yeah, he's a real young guy. You know, and he, of course, his daddy is a doctor there in the Enterprise, and
wow.
You know, I think his daddy was a real good player too, growing up.
Well, he's obviously educated. He was a great athlete himself. He's a coach in his hometown. Yeah, I mean, if he wants to, he will get some opportunity in college if he wants it.
Well, Nate Oates was a high school coach 10 years ago.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Well, look at the coach at Sanford right now. He was a coach at Mountain Brook and created a dynasty at Mountain Brook. Then he switches over to college, and he's doing the same thing in college.
And when you're playing Division I basketball, that's all you need to do to move up in the rankings. And of course, Red Harrelson is the young man's name. Of course, he was an outstanding athlete and went to Western Carolina in college and was outstanding there, and came back. And I don't even think he's 30 years old. I think Red Harrelson is under 30 years old right now.
You know, the coach that turned.
Bill, the guy at Sanford that was at Mountain Brook, I tried to help him get the Troy job. He wanted the Troy job. They didn't give him an interview.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, you know, did you know some other stuff on other things about him? Did you know he was a professional gambler? Did you know?
A poker player, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the head. Yeah, I know. No problem. No problem with it. I just wanted you to know that.
Shows he's smart.
I knew that.
Yeah, and
what would you rather have, a professional gambler that you coach or somebody that
I don't have any
if you're a good professional gambler, that tells me you're very smart.
You know, and of course we're talking about the guy who's head coach at.
Well, I think you told us something about Ozark losing that semifinal game. I didn't watch it, but here's what I'm going to guess happened. They ran up against one of these teams that presses you nonstop, full court, and if you aren't prepared for that or haven't seen it, it can mess you up in a hurry.
Yeah.
Bill, they only scored 6 points in the first quarter. So I mean, you know, it was over after one quarter.
Yeah.
They got beat by 40.
Yeah.
Well, I remember one of the best Charles Henderson teams I can ever remember. The best, most talented team probably. With Malcolm Battles and Corey King and Drew Felix and Dante Frazier and all those guys, Jonathan Deveridge. They had a great regular season. They made it to the Final Four, and they played John Carroll out of Birmingham, and they played that style.
Yeah.
Relentless pressing.
Yeah.
That you can't breathe, and just getting the ball across the half-court line was an accomplishment, and it was more than Troy could prepare for in 3 or 4 days, and Troy got beat by 20.
There's only one way to play a pressing team: press them.
How do you do it? I mean, Arkansas used to do it, and it was eventually people seemed to figure it out. Troy, when they scored all those points, we think about the 3-point shooters they had, but think of all the points they would get by getting turnovers by pressing all the time.
They said in this game that we're talking about that they had the worst problem they had was getting the ball down court. Getting it past half court. You know, they just press them. That old John Wooden type press all over the court.
Well, you know why the reason John Wooden could get away with that press?
Well,
one reason. He had a 7'2" center down there in the lane.
That's right.
If they got the ball down there, he had a shot blocker, either Bill Walton or Lou Alcindor in the lane.
You're exactly right. And of course,
a lot easier to do that.
How many straight championships did Wooden win?
I want to say 7.
He dominated basketball for a long time.
7 straight national championships.
He won like 9 out of 10.
And you look down his lineup, and then look at the pros. Most all of his frontline players played in the pros, and some of them weren't even frontline players.
Well, he had Will just named 2 that were iconic players. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and then Bill Walton.
Yeah, and boy, you look down the line.
We forget Walton. He just had so many injuries, but if he hadn't had the injuries, he would have been. iconic in the pros as well.
Well, Will, what are you going to do this weekend? Are you're virus free? You're ready to go back playing golf? So congratulations.
Yeah, I'm gonna play golf. I'll probably play golf all 3 days.
We're proud of you, Will, and we appreciate you calling today. And
All right.
hope
Y'all have a good
that all these teams that we talked about, Enterprise in high school, and of course Troy's got a big
The
men and women tournament
in
down
Troy.
in Pensacola. And
if you get a chance to go to the tournament games, please do it.
Yeah.
You'll have fun.
That'd be a great weekend. Have a good one. We'll see you again Monday morning, bright and early for Today in LA.